Hello everybody, my name is Steve. I'm here to give you an overview of the AQ series voice recorders. What we've got here sitting in front of us here is an AQ4 series recorder. We'll be going through the different variations that you can have on this recorder, but we'll just be using this one as a base starting point. So let's start off with the front panel. If we have a look at it here, we can see that we've got a small power light indication here that'll come on red when the unit is powered up. We have got a USB slot there. That is basically for USB sticks and to store voice files, etc., memory, or load software on from a technical perspective. We've got an SD card here. Now here's one of the areas that we need just to explain a couple of points. This card just pushes in there, then pops out like so. Now this is the standard card it comes with, which is 4 gig. If you need anything larger from an SD card, you can look at the technical documentation. We'll just walk through some of your options. Now the SD card comes with the standard AQ4 and AQ8 model, and also comes with the AQ4L and the AQ8L. Okay, there is another model called the AQ4LH and the AQ8LH. Now the H standing for hard drive, so it's got a 500 gig or a 1 terabyte option hard drive internally. So that just fits back in here like so. Okay, so we roll now, just heading towards the top here. Now, an AQ4L, the L stands for LCD, which is a touchscreen LCD just sitting here. If we've just got a standard AQ4L, I've got another one just sitting over here, we can see that this one doesn't have any screen. It's still got your SD card sitting here, just like its brother, but it hasn't got the LCD screen. Main reason for that is cost. This is what is the entry level of the AQ range. It can still be 4 or 8 channel, but it's just a cost driven thing too, so that the customer doesn't need, or if they don't require, to have the LCD. But I'll just put that to one side at the moment, and I'll continue with the L series, with the LCD series units. So we've got a touchscreen here. We'll fire this up later and just walk through that. Now we're just going to have a look around here and at the back of the unit. Okay, we've talked about AQ4s and AQ8s. What makes it is either 4 channels, or if it's an 8, it'll have another channel row above the sets here. They come, the plugs come in pairs, and they're basically in and out, line and phone. So that's one circuit in out, 2 circuits in out, 3 circuits in out, 4 circuits in out. If we wish to expand this, we can by simply unscrewing the box here, here, here and here, and we can then take the lid off and have access to the internal components, and we can mount a new expansion card. And what we do is, if you can't see it very well probably here, but this is actually a panel which is actually stuck onto the main chassis. Now behind that panel is the other slot which has been cut in the actual metal, and a complete set of printing, etc., that duplicates everything that it has here, except for it has an additional 4. Okay, then we've got your LAN and a WAN port here. Now this is sort of a little bit more for future use on this recorder. We'll release that later on, but essentially when you're installing it, technicians, you use your LAN port to install. The LAN port at this point in time is not used. You also have a serial port here, which is an RS-232, some of you may know. This is basically used for connection to a telephone system's SMDR unit, so that you can get the call detail recording from the phone system. On the AQ you can use a standard serial cable, or you can actually even connect to a system with a TCP slot, so you can get the SMDR across the LAN as well. That is used so that when we put the recorder in front of the PABX, e.g. across the CO line or central office lines in front of the PABX, we can then also plug in the PABX's or IP PBX's SMDR information into the recorder, and then actually match up the extension information with the trunk information, so we've got total transparency across the system, and full reporting, so we can search from extensions, we know what extensions made, what and ever, and it actually, in many respects, it actually keeps a complete record of core detailed recording on the PABX without having to have another PC to do that. The LAN port, also quickly going back to that, also allows the unit to be connected to the customer's network so that they can connect to the client software, the what they call the black box software, which installs on the client's PCs around the network, and they can log in and from their PC and actually do various changes and alterations, etc. Search for records, download records, do settings, etc. There you've just got your power plug, which is basically plugs into a external power pack, such as this one here, and then you've got the on-off switch. Okay, so that's, as a quick overview, what it does as in regards to the bits and bobs and connections on it. So what we're going to do is just plug in the power here, and we're going to turn on the unit. Okay, so the startup of the Artech AQ is very fast. It's probably one of the quicker systems out there. It's got an embedded operating system on board, so it'll basically do a run-up, start loading up its operating system, and probably within a minute it's up and running. So it's probably one of the quickest recorders out there for starting up. And as you can see, we have now got the screen up and running. Now this screen here, I'll just try and get it so you can see it a little clearer. How's that? That's a little bit better. This screen here is a fully touch screen, so we can connect into the customer's network, and the customer can load software up to manage this recorder. It can actually even be run as a standalone recorder on someone's desk. So you get a bit like it's got some brackets so you can actually mount them, so it sits up like so, and you can actually touch certain icons, do searching, etc. So for example here, bleeping there is just giving us a warning that we've got some lines not connected because this recorder isn't connected to anything. If I press the CDR file here, now it's telling me it's actually, although there is no records on here because it hasn't been running, it's given me all the calls that it would have made. There's inbound. If I press that, it clicks onto that tab. Another tab is outbound, missed calls, recordings, and important. Now the other thing you'll notice about the AQ, the touchscreen is actually quite responsive. It's a nice quality screen. The graphics are very clear on board and quite detailed. You can do searching, so there's another icon here, so we can just click into searching. So we've got date searching here for just basic searching, or we can actually go into advanced searching. So we can go channel ID, phone number, extension number, inbound, outbound. Was it a trigger recorded, such as an RT or a voice room recorder, or anything such as that? Just press the back key, back again, it goes back to the main unit. It has monitoring on board, so we can actually go across and press each channel if it was active, and then we can actually listen to the conversation that is happening without without the two parties hearing us. So from a supervisor's perspective, it's quick and easy, and they can have full functionality from this LCD. Click on status, and it'll actually give us a oh, it's going a little bit out of focus here. There we go, back in. So on the status, it's actually giving the status of the lines. At the moment they've all got grey X's on them. I'm not sure if that's coming through as clear as it should be again. But basically this would be saying whether the lines are plugged in, whether they're on hook, off hook, ingoing calls, outgoing calls, etc. So it gives a real-time status. So from a maintenance perspective on a small PABX, it's pretty brilliant. Settings, so we can actually have the full access to all the settings that are available on the recorder. Just click back out of here. We've got our network settings, so we've got can set our IP addresses, we can set DNS addresses, MAC addresses, etc. So tools, etc. for backing up. So as you can see, the AQ series, particularly with its LCD screen is quite a versatile little unit. It's simple to use from a customer's perspective. It's simple to install from a technician's perspective, and just the day-to-day operation in regards to giving you line statuses, etc., of the recorder. It's a very versatile and user-friendly device for the customers. But thank you for taking the time, and